never sleep, but it remembers. Cold nights, concrete veins, I walk with a heavy chest. First step out the door, feel like fate put me to the test. Sirens hum like trumpets from a broken jazz quartet. Every corner got a ghost, every story's a cigarette. I breathe in danger, exhale the sins of the block. These streets raise warriors, but some die before they talk. Mama said, keep my hands clean, but dirt finds every palm. Now I bury my doubts deep, keep my heartbeat calm. Blood on the first step, shadows by the doormat. Guilt on my shoes, yeah, the city made me wear that. You hear the echoes, that's the past trying to call back. But I walk forward even if the whole will fall back. Street lights blink slow like they judging who I became. Dreams freeze in the winter, turn the frostbite on my name. I seen brothers switch sides quicker than a trigger click. Love ain't love here, it's survival, cold and slick. I talk to the pavement, it answers with cracked truth. Dead friends in my memories, all trapped youth. I learned fear's a weapon, but courage is a curse. Cause the brave die fast, but the cowards live worse. Blood on the first step, shadows by the doormat. Guilt on my shoes, yeah, the city made me wear that. You hear the echoes, that's the past trying to call back. But I walk forward even if the whole will fall back.
Footsteps ring loud in the back streets soaked in regret. I move sharp like a razor, city taught me never sweat. Still in my jacket, still in my heart, still in my stare. Hard times make harder souls, life ain't never fair. I seen kings fall from rooftops, queens fade in the dark. Bullets write their own scriptures, leaving chapters on the bar. No heroes in this tale, only survivors of decay. Every shadow got a secret, every sunrise fades away. Still echoes in the alley, screaming stories through the cold. Broken locks, broken dreams, broken truths left untold. If you walk it long enough, you become what you behold. Another whisper in the gutter, another heart growing old. Young kids idolize monsters, cause monsters never die. They just hide in plain sight, blending in with every lie. Street mentors teach lessons with scars instead of books, and the price of wisdom's heavy. Look at how a dead man looks. I navigate through illusion, through betrayal and deceit, through the hunger in my stomach and the weakness in my feet. But my will is iron, forged in the coldest nights of lives. Even when death's behind me, I still refuse to hide. Still echoes in the alley, screaming stories through the cold. Broken locks, broken dreams, broken truths left untold. If you walk here long enough, you become what you behold. Another whisper in the gutter, another heart growing old.
Smooth Smoke rises. Smoke rises. Smoke rises. Hey, cigarette fog swirling like the sins in my chest. Every drag's a confession, every cough's a lost breath. I write verses on napkins stained with yesterday's fear. Jazz notes in the background like ghosts whispering near. This life ain't glamorous, it's a sermon of dirt, where pain preaches louder than any holy man's words. I'm a scholar of the struggle, a student of the street, graduated from survival with blood on every beat. Jazz smoke, scripture stories carved from the night. Truth in the haze, wisdom in the fight. Every inhale's a memory, every exhale's a right. I speak what the city taught me, darkness, birth, light. I see prophets with pistols, teachers with torn coats, people drowning in silence, praying with slit throat. But I keep walking steady, footsteps sync with the drums. Hot cold like winter, my high like where I'm from. The streets raise me cruel, but they shape my design. Turn my soul into poetry, turn my pain into lines. So I breathe through the chaos, let the smoke out my pen, and write chapters of the struggle again and again. Jazz smoke, scripture stories carved from the night. Truth in the haze, wisdom in the fight. Every inhale's a memory, every exhale's a right. I speak what the city taught me, darkness. Smoke rises. Smoke rises. Store. Broken fire. Every escape has a story. Rust on the rails, chip paint on the frame. These fire escapes, no secrets nobody can name. Kids hide on the platforms, plotting dreams and mistakes, while the wind whistles warnings that the night never breaks. I climb these steps with pockets full of fear and hunger, hoping height would make me wiser, make the pain feel younger. But the city don't forgive, now it watches from below. Every scream, every crime, every tear it lets grow. I seen lovers kiss goodbye on the 4th floor ledge. Saw my homie take an oath, then vanish off the edge. Every metal bar remembers those who never made it home, and the footsteps of the lost echo like a monochrome. Broken fire escapes, holding stories in the steel. Every wrong is a memory, every shadow is real. We climb to escape life, but life climbs with us still. In this city of danger, with survival's the deal. Mama used to shout, don't run up there alone, but the rooftop felt safer than the block we call home. From up high the world looked small, problems felt far, till bullets cracked the silence like lightning in a jar. I saw the lights of ambulances paint the brick walls red, saw a friend's last breath fade, wishing it was me instead. A fire escape shook under the weight of our sins, a stage for our failures, a cage for our wins. Even now when I climb it, I hear voices from the past telling me the future's fragile, nothing built here lasts. Still I cling to the metal, cause it taught me how to cope. Every loose screw a warning, every step a piece. Broken fire escapes, holding stories in the steel. Every wrong is a memory, every shadow is real. We climb to escape life, but life climbs with us deep. In this city of danger, where survival's the deep. Yo, now the
nights feel colder, the rails feel thin, like they might crumble under the weight of where I've been. But I keep climbing up with skies blinded by haze. The moon peeks through chaos like it's stuck in a maze. And I wonder, am I rising or avoiding the ground? Is the silence safety or just fear without sound? The higher I go, the truer my thoughts start to ring. The city gave me nothing but taught me everything. So I stand at the top, breath sinking with the breeze. Broken scars on my hands, broken prayers on my knees. I ain't running from the block, I'm just seeking a view. Somewhere above the madness, somewhere honest and true.
Broken fire escapes, holding stories in the steel. Every rung is a memory, every shadow is real. We climb to escape life, but life climbs with us still. Even at the top, the streets know how to steal.
Soul in the soul in the soul in the crossfire.
I was raised between shadows and forgotten alleys, where the stray dogs fight and the gun smoke rallies, where the old heads preach wisdom through blackened teeth, and the pavement holds names of the fallen underneath. I learned quick, trust nobody carefully, cause betrayal's cheaper than bread in this territory. I seen brothers aim guns with tears in their eyes, forced by pressures that echo through the city's cries. My soul took damage long before the cops came near, long before I saw death, long before I felt fear. In the crossfire taught lessons the schools never could, that the line between evil and survival ain't understood.
Soul in the crossfire, burned by a choice 9-9. Walking through smoke trails drawn like a crooked line. Angels live here, they hide in the ground, cause even heaven got scars from the city. Soul in the crossfire. Soul in the crossfire. Soul in the crossfire.
My first love cried when a brother hit the ground. Heard a bullet tell a secret with his venomous sound. We grew up fast, no birthdays or sweet 16 dreams, just liquor bottles, pain pills, and police sirens scream. She told me, baby, promise you won't die like them. But survival ain't a promise, it's a war with no end. Still I try to be the light, and the world made a cold. But the block kept pulling harder on my wounded soul. I met fate behind dumps and shook hands with regret. And every night I still hear the whispers of death. The price of living here, too hard to define. We trade years for safety, trade bodies for time.
Soul in the crossfire, burned by a choice and not mine. Walking through smoke trails drawn like a crooked line. If angels live here, they hide in the ground, cause even heaven got scars from the city. Soul in the crossfire. Soul in the crossfire. Soul in the crossfire.
Yeah. Now I'm older, but the wounds never learn to fade. Like graffiti on my spirit that the devil spray painted. I try breathing clean air, but the past follows close, like a shadow stitched to me, like a ghost I chose. Still I fight every day just to claim who I am, to prove I'm more than the product of the city scam. So I raise my chin high, though the streets still conspire. A soldier of the night, with a soul in the crossfire.
Soul in the crossfire, burned by choices not mine. Walking through smoke trails drawn like a crooked line. If angels live here, they hide in the ground, but I'll keep walking one scar at a time. Soul in the crossfire. Soul in the crossfire. soul in the crossfire.
Calling my name low. Secrets from the basement, dog.
Girls from the basement door.
Showers of jazz and cement. World bizarre, buckle Sean Segai crew. Sean Segai crew. Yeah. Back. Basements keep the secrets.
Old 12s from the basement door.
Stress won't tell, the stress won't tell. Yeah. Down those crack steps lies a world the sun don't reach. Where dealers speak sermons on the desperate preach. And basement doors grown open like the tide of the truth. And the walls sweat stories from the city's lost youth. I used to sit in that darkness counting dreams on my hand, trying to shape a future from a grain of black sand. The air smelled of sour mold and forgotten hopes, where the strongest minds bend and the weakest souls choke. The whispers float around like confession trapped in time. Voices of the past blending into the grind. And the door ain't just wood, it's a threshold of pain. Once you cross it, you ain't never the same. Whisper, whisper from the basement door, calling my name low. Secrets buried in the ground, begging me not to go. In a world without sunlight, truth is all you know. And the shadows teach lessons only darkness can show. Yeah. I saw deals made between brothers who later became foes. Saw tears on the trigger from a man nobody chose. I heard moms upstairs praying but the floorboards lied, cause the devil downstairs had too much to hide. You see, trust rot faster down where the cold stays deep, and loyalty's a gamble only fools try to keep. I watch futures evaporate like steam from a pot. Watch the ambition collapse when the money ran high. In me, I kept thinking there had to be more. Some life that ain't chained to that cursed basement door. But temptation's a magnet and hunger is cruel. It drags you down slowly till you drown in the gloom. It's but from the basement door, calling my name low. Secrets buried in the ground, begging me not to go. In a world without sunlight, truth is all you know. And the shadows teach lessons only darkness can show. Now the memories haunt me like a film stuck on repeat. Faces of ghosts walking beside me on every street. But I ain't running from truth, I just learned how to stand with my fears behind me and my fate in my hand. Man, the basement taught survival, but survival ain't peace. It's a pact with your demons that never finds release. Still the whispers chase me every night when I breathe, asking if I'll return or finally leave. I tell them rise and don't drag me down anymore, but I still hear them echo behind the bass. No whispers from the basement door, calling my name. Secrets buried in the ground, begging me not to go. Even now in the daylight, I feel the undertow. Those whispers from the darkness follow everywhere I go.
Lord, oh, this girls from the basement door. Lord,
Seven heartbeat.
behind the gun smoke.
If you listen close, you can hear a heartbeat inside the chaos. Gun smoke rising like incense from a broken shrine. Bodies frozen in the alleys where the shadows are lying. I walk slow through the tension, feel the pulse of the street. Every corner got memories buried under my feet. These blocks raised soldiers, killers, preachers and thieves. Men with ice in their veins and pain stitched in their sleeves. I seen bullets kiss brick walls like writing in chalk. And the silence after violence is louder than talk. But through all of that madness, through the fire and fear, there's a heartbeat thumping quiet that the city won't hear. It's the rhythm of survival, beating fast, beating true. A reminder that even killers got hearts beating.
Heartbeats behind the gun smoke, echoing slow. Even when the world turns cold, something inside still glows. You can bury the pain, but the pulse always shows. A heartbeat fighting hard underneath the shadow.
My homie held a pistol like a prayer in his palm. Said the streets raised them wild, but death kept them calm. I watched tears fall down faces that never cried before. Caught between revenge and what their soul stands for. I've walked past chalk lines with names carved in grief. Seen mother scream louder than a thief's belief. The gun smoke lingers like a curse in the air, but beneath it all, humanity still hides somewhere. We ain't monsters by nature, just shaped by the fight. Trying to stay alive in a city without light. But every heartbeat reminds me we ain't fully gone. Even when we stumble, the pulse keeps pushing on.
Heartbeats behind the gun smoke, echoing slow. Even when the world turns cold, something inside still glows. You can bury the pain, but the pulse always shows. A heartbeat fighting hard underneath the shadows.
Now I move with caution, but my soul stays lit like a lantern in the fog, waiting patiently to quit. But quitting ain't an option when you live by the code. When your heart beats loud, even when the streets explode. I carry those in my chest like memories engraved, but they push me forward, remind me how I was saved. Gun smoke clears slow, but the heartbeat remains. Still thumping through trauma, still pumping through pains. It's proof that I'm here, proof that I'm real, proof that behind every trigger there's someone who fears.
Heartbeats behind the gun smoke, echoing slow. Even when the world turns cold, something inside still glows. Through danger and ruin, through highs and lows, the heart keep beating louder than the shadow, louder than the shadow, louder than the shadow, louder than the shadow. Stood under the neon, shadows hugging her frame, eyes glowing like warnings in a world built from pain. We met where danger lives, where the cold wind bites, fell for each other slow, under trembling streetlights.
She said she loved the way I walk with the storm in my chest, how my scars told stories that my words never expressed. But loving in the ghetto feels like loving on a clock. Every second borrowed from the violence of the block. Still we held hands tight like we could bend the rules. Two broken souls dancing in a world built for fools. Her voice was soft, jazz, her heart beat pure flame. And for once in my life I felt human again.
Fire under streetlight, shining on our wounds. Two lovers tangled deep while the city plays its tunes. We kiss like the night might fade away soon. Desire burns brighter under a broken moon.
But danger's dog is close like a jealous old friend. Trying to test the love we swore would never bend. Her brother ran with killers, got debts he couldn't pay. And we got dragged in the darkness in the ugliest way. I held her as she cried, telling her we survived. But the block don't care about who deserves to stay alive. Gunshots rang out like drums beating through our fear. And I shielded her close, whispering I'm still here. Love ain't safe here, but it's real when it's raw. When you kiss someone trembling from the things they saw. We tried dreaming of a life far from danger's bite, but the truth kept pulling us back under the scissor light.
Under streetlight, shining on our wounds. Two lovers tangled deep while the city plays its tunes. We kiss like the night might fade away soon. Desire burns brighter under a broken.
Now she sleeps on my shoulder as the sirens pass by, and I pray to a God I barely trust to hear my cry. I trade every dollar, every fight, every scar just to take us someplace far away from where we are. But till that day comes, we survive how we can, holding on to love like a lifeline in quicksand. Under flickering light, she whispers don't let go, and I swear on my soul she'll never walk alone. Even if fate tries breaking us night after night, our desire keeps burning.
Desire under streets, shining on our wounds. Two lovers tangled deep while the city plays its tunes. We kiss like the world might end in a boom, but desire keeps glowing brighter than the gloom.
Yeah.
Out on the rooftop. On the streets I don't know. They call me king on the corner, ruler of nothing but pain. Holding cold with the broken beneath the cold rain. I wear a crown, made the choices I never wanted to choose. Built a throne from the nights I refused to lose. City says I'm strong cause I survived every war, but they don't see the scars hiding under the floor. I've slept on rooftops, stairwells, benches and dreams, trying to patch up a life tearing apart at the seams. My kingdom is silence, my palace is the block. My guards are paranoia, my laws are the clock. I rise with the danger, I fall with the doubt. A king without a rooftop, always locked out. King without a rooftop, ruling streets I don't own. Sitting on a throne, call from struggle alone. Crown feels heavy when you stand on your own. A king with no shelter, just
skin and bone. They look at me like a legend, like I got all the keys, but legends bleed out too when they drop to their knees. I've watched friends betray me for a handful of bread, saw strangers die asking for a warm place to bed. Power ain't comfort and respect ain't love, it's just fear in the mask, pretending it's enough. Some nights I dream of comfort, of a room safe and warm, but I wake to the wind howling loud like a storm. Still I carry myself tall, even when I feel small, cause kings ain't kings if they're scared do fall. And though my castle's broken, I refuse to stop. I'm the king of the shadows, without a rooftop.
King without a rooftop. Ruling streets I don't own. Sitting on a throne, carved from struggle alone. Crown feels heavy when you stand on your own. A king with no shelter,
Just skin and bone. One day I'll find a place where the cold can't bite, where survival ain't a battle I fight every night, where my crown ain't made of fear but of peace and truth, where the past stops haunting the ruins of my youth. But till that day comes, I remain on my grind, carving hope from the darkness with the edge of my mind. These streets might break me, but they won't define my end. A king with no rooftop can still learn to ascend. So I breathe deep the nightmare, exhale the pain, walk through the fire and stand tall again. My story ain't perfect, but the truth don't stop. I'm still the king, even without a rooftop.
king without a rooftop. Ruling streets I don't own. Sitting on a throne, carved from struggle alone. Even without shelter, my spirit has grown. A king in the gutter,
but a king fully known.
Circle back.
10 cold brass alleyways. Fulfill wiser, nigga.
Yeah. Cold nights raised me, alley shake me, the brass line chase me, footsteps echo like ghosts that never left me. Street lights flicker like the pulse of a dying city, and every man bleed truth, but ain't nobody pretty. Black coats in the shadows trading whispers and still the kind of lessons you learn before you know how to feel. Mama says, son, never trust a man who don't blink, but I saw killers cry before they even had time to think. Concrete sermons preach louder than pastors. Bullets fly slow-mo when your fear moves faster. Dreams fold up like cards in a Ridge Street game. You gamble with tomorrow, but today takes the blame. Cold brass horns over bodies still warm. Night turns children into wolves when you weather the storm. Footsteps on puddles reflect sins in the water. You either break the chain or become your father. Some stories get buried, but the echo remains. Like rusted brass trumpets still humming with pain. And I walk through the fog like a ghost in a script. Only difference is I'm real, and I never forget. And I never forget.
Hey yo.
soul bones buried underneath the scars on my chest. Every bruise is a prayer that never made it to the rest. Street prophets and doorways preaching truth for $1. Kids learn more from gunshots than they do from a scholar. The hood paints murals with smoke that climbs to heaven. Dice roll sideways like fate testing your lesson. A slow hum of sorrow in the alleys where we gather. Voices crack like vinyl, life's too heavy to flatter. My brother told me hope dies if you don't feed it, but the block will starve you quick if you dare to believe it. Love's a dangerous drug when you come from despair. One hit and you feel God, next hit you ain't there. Cold wind sings hymns to the ones that ain't breathing. Mothers hold roses to children who bleeding. And I spit every bar like a prayer on fire. Try to lift souls higher while I walk through the wire. Soul bones rattling like chains from Dennis. Straight praise never soft, but they always letters. If pain had acquired a challenge just like this, a harmony with struggle, breath, did a kiss.
Listen. Yeah. Listen.
Nightshade drips slow from the cracks in my mind. Memory stalking me like wolves I left behind. Street codes written in blood on unsaid rules, where angels lose wings and devils recruit fools. Love tasted bitter when mixed with survival. You kiss with one eye open, trust becomes rival. My heart learned to block before it learned how to beat. Raised by concrete sermons and whispers in the street. Every midnight confession gets lost in the rain, but the pavement remembers every ounce of your pain. Silhouettes move quiet like secrets with legs, and loyalty's a gamble when everyone begs. Sax notes cry slow like they mourning the youth. Ghetto lullabies humming, painful truth. And I walk through the storm with a fist full of rage, praying my past don't trap me back in its cage. Nightshade vision where the wicked stay calm. I rap with the venom of a ghost in my palm. Confession spill heavy, but I stand on my name in a world built on shadows. I survived the flame.
And your name's on the list. Block taught me early, don't believe in the sunrise. Every morning feel the same when the last one dies. Grim faces in doorways, whispering fate. A world full of hunger where the weak get ate. Street laments echo like horns in the crypt. Life's a crack bottle with poison in the sip. Kids play tag with shadows, holding the heat. Life's not fair, but pain, that one's concrete. If tomorrow don't come, I ain't begging it back. I live more nights than days, that's a cold hard fact. Every step builds a truth they can't borrow. And that's why the hood threw a funeral for tomorrow. Dark silhouettes, march with no rhythm or plan. But even ghosts in the alley know exactly who I am. I spit fire for the fall and all the lost that we chase. Every verse is a tombstone carved in bass. Carved in bass, carved in bass, carved in bass.
Yo, hey yo, I wear a grab a crown built from nights I survived. Every scar on my skin is a chapter revived. Kings ain't born here, they crawl from the dirt. Learn to smile through the hunger and walk through the hurt. My throne ain't gold, it's a cracked front stoop, where kids learn quick how betrayal recruits. Wisdom grows fast where your innocence dies, and you learn to speak truth without blinking your eyes. I seen lovers turn strangers in the blink of a scene. Seen the loyal get burned by the snakes in between. Pain taught me more than any hand ever fed. Even angels turn cold when hope drops dead. But I rise through the smoke with my crown made of gravel, a product of the trenches and the roads we unravel. Every night tells a story, every dawn writes a line, and the hood's got a way of engraving your spine. A king in the shadows with a roar in his chest, not chosen, forged from surviving the test. I don't shine like diamonds, I shine like truth. A crown full of gravel, still heavy with proof.
Yeah. Listen close. If this is my last breath on Lennox Ave, let it echo the truth. Let it ride through the block like a warning to youth. Life's fragile as a match in a hurricane's fist. Blink once, you gone, that's the weight of the list. I've walked streets where legends faded in the dust, where loyalty's a gamble and betrayal's a must, where love feels poison but you drink it to feel, and every bruise reminds you what's fake and what's real. I've seen brothers fall victim to the lies they believe, chasing dreams stitched from pain that never relieve. But me, I learned to breathe through the fire and smoke, turning all of my trauma into words I provoke. If this breath is my last, let it carve out a path. Let it roar through the alleys like a ghost with wrath. Let the sax cry loud for the days I endured, and let the drums beat hard for the pain I matured. This block raised me cruel, but it raised me strong. Taught me how to turn violence into the sound of a song. And if tonight's the night the shadows take what they gave, let my last breath on the land end.